Several times during the day, I could hear other guys screaming. I wasn't really interested in the funeral. I was off to see my mother. And we missed the first train. Had a drink at the station bar. And there's me being kicked around the walls.
According to the police, you were interviewed again on the Friday. You denied knowing the others.
There were no other assaults on me at Morgan. Billy got the worst.
You're saying the interview never happened?
I wasn't seen again till we were back in Birmingham. That's when the guns came out. And it was near midnight by the time I signed the confession. Not the afternoon, like they said. I'd not eaten since breakfast the previous day and hadn't slept for 2 nights. But I could see it was dark.
Times again. None of the times add up.
Can I get you a tea or something?
What?
Now, he'll fix you up. He's heard all this before.
No, I'm fine. If you'd... I realize this must be difficult.
That's all right. First couple of years was the worst. Felt a lot of hate. But I'm quiet and easy now. Now I've learned to say my prayers. If a hard nut to crack, I'll need to get it right.
You bored with policemen, or do you fancy chatting to George?
George?
Reed. Yes, there's another George you think might help.
No. How did you? Oh, that is excellent, Charles. 2 minutes, I'll just get this coffee.
This your Dublin man?
No, that's another man. Drives a van. Left Birmingham in a bit of a hurry.
The RRA never claimed responsibility for the pubs, of course, but we knew it was him. For a start-off, whoever rang the warning to the Birmingham Mail knew the IRA code, so he was obviously connected. And there'd been quite a number of bomb incidents before the pub, so in that sense, the West Midlands was geared up for it. I've got a CV here. There's 1 or 2 other cases. A34 murders is probably the most well-known, I don't know.
Yes, that's useful. We're obviously focusing on the pubs, but anything that would help us give a flavour of your career, photographs, mementos...
Why do you think that they confessed so readily?
I don't think that's true. Only 4 of them actually signed, didn't they? And Paddy Hill never put his name to a statement. He's the little stocky guy, isn't he?
That's right. I think I can help you with Hill.
We're treading a very thin line here, Chris. Don't look so suspicious.
Well, I ask you, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. What am I supposed to do with this? Make it sound like we're doing the life and times of George Reed.
What do you expect me to do? Ask him if they saw anyone bang their heads against the wall. I thought you were interested in the phone call.
I am.
This will give you an idea of Hill's mentality. It's some sort of top 10, I think. Up goes or it's under. In the year 2525, we'll get out. Read it if you can. Man sitting in the dock facing 21 murder charges and can fool around like that. You can forget all those stories about violence. Hill was covered in gelignite and he knew it. See it in his face.
Where'd you get him?
One of the daughters. She had a load of stuff in the attic. Nice girl.
Jesus.
Not too pretty, is it? Strangely enough, one of the first things I put my hands on was an old letter from World in Action. Grave cause for concern, but sorry, no programme. Which is appropriate in the circumstances. No.
You don't seem your usual cheerful self, Ian.
Well, there's no showing a few retired coppers saying they've heard a bit of shouting, is there? Which, unless you've got George Reed locked in a toilet dictating his memoirs, is all we've got.
He'll go on camera.
And do what? We've got no evidence, Charlie.
Talk about the 834 murders, I imagine. These are prison photos. Nobody disputes they were beaten up in prison.
Well, this one is.
They both are. Police photos are Polaroids.
Great. I haven't even got the right pictures.
I think we're going about this the wrong way. Skuse says that 2 of them have got gelignite on their hands. He's a scientist. It's a fact. Even if we could prove the guys were forced to sign confessions, we've still got to explain the forensics.
Well, don't look at me. You're the one with the chemistry O-level.
Something else must produce the same results.
Exactly. So we commission a couple of independent scientists to double-check the tests. I'm happy to take it on, but I'll need the time to do it.
Okay.
Granada paying for this, huh?
Is it me, or do his eyes glaze over every time I open my mouth? What's he up to?
Judging from his notebook, I'd say he's looking for the bombers.
There were 8 and 9 bombings immediately before the pubs. RAF Club, Tax Office, Conservative Club, including the one that killed McDade. My guess is the unit I'm looking for have been involved in earlier bombings. But I can't see that this is an operation for new recruits.
Listen, you start messing around with the IRA, you're going to end up in a ditch.
The Dublin guy is an obvious suspect. Even the police would concede that. Arrested after the bombs. 12 years for conspiracy. 2 others seem to have got away. Someone called Belfast Jimmy, and another man who drives a van.
The only names I know are the bastards who spent the afternoon sticking a cigar in my eyelid. We were framed. They had to get someone inside.
You know something, Charlie? I'm starting to dream about these guys. I suppose 99% is pretty convincing, isn't it?
Well, it's easy with hindsight. If I'd been approached at the time, I'd have said there was no point. It's always been a perfectly adequate screening test. Until your friend here arrived with his box of groceries.
You ever have any contact with Dr. Skuse?
He's still working Chorley, isn't he?
The rumor is he's been taken off active duties since we wrote off for the formula.
Start counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, there you are. You're a bomber now.
Run, you murdering bastard! Get in a bath! Get in a bath!
Boss?
You're wasting your time, Mr. Mullin. The Brits will never release them, not till there's a settlement. You know they're innocent.
There's a war going on. Innocent people get hurt.
So why agree to talk?
Ask the man who brought you here. He's the politician.
Trying to force me into making a statement.
But you got the impression that they knew they got the wrong man.
Right.
And you knew that they were innocent.
Well, I knew they weren't in Sinn Féin or anything.
So it didn't come as any surprise to you that they threatened to charge you. You said that they were going to charge you with the pub bombs. I'm trying to understand what the police were up to. If, as you said, they believed that they got the wrong guys, then anyone arrested later...
Sure, everyone knows the Birmingham Six are innocent. The Brits did it themselves. Murdered their own people to make things look bad for us.
I don't know nothing about the pub bombs.
My brother's in prison for a crime he didn't commit. You don't have to think about it. It's there. It's the same for all the families. Mind you, we've had great support over the years. Campaign groups, MPs. But at the end of the day, it comes back to us.
Sure, I'll be able to. Don't you worry about us. It's justice for the men, that's all we want.
No. Staircase is the wrong way around. Just put a cross.
You stand convicted on each of 21 counts. On the clearest and most overwhelming evidence I have ever heard of the crime of murder. In respect of each count, each one of you is now sentenced for life.
Air English welcome you aboard our flight from Birmingham to Dublin.
Flight 273 from Birmingham.
Could you give me the name of the man you were with? I give you my word it won't be published.
No offense. I never want to see you again.
Hello, Jeremy Lewis, please. Chris Mullin. No bad news, I'm afraid. I want to rewrite the last 2 chapters.
You can't name them, of course.
No, I intend to lead a long and happy life, even if it's only to fight the next election. Should give the Home Secretary something to think about.
Has there been any official reaction yet?
I'm told that he sent both chapters to the Chief Constable.
Word is, they're saying there's nothing in the book that constitutes new evidence. Though quite what they're digging up in the process is anybody's guess. 1 or 2 coppers I can work on if you want to find out. Otherwise, there's a review in here on the cookery page. You're famous. Chris, it's a great book. Something's bound to give.